Hi friends, good morning. This is Dr. Harinath Reddy, Director, Shankaran A Study Circle. Today in this particular video, I want to share my thoughts with respect to how to maximize scores in the upcoming Appsc Group 1 mains exam. So what is the strategy which the students must follow so as to end up with a very good scores? So keeping in mind the past experience of having written Appsc Group 1 mains exam, probably my thoughts might help you to take a right decision for the next 20 days. And out of all the five papers in the Appsc Group 1 mains exam, the papers where the students can score the maximum, it is the science and technology paper and the economy paper. So when I took the exam, Appsc Group 1 mains exam in 2011-10, in that period, by profession I am a doctor. I have done my BDS from Usmania Medical College, Bachelor of Dental Surgeon. And probably because of my medical background, don't know, I might have written better answers in S&T paper, science and technology paper. So that year in the science and technology paper, I scored 110 for 150 marks. And the reason why science and technology paper is scoring is because as the subject is technical, if there are right kind of points which are relevant to the answer with all the keywords, the examiner will not have any choice to reduce the marks. So here it's something like mathematics. If a particular question is asked in science and technology paper, if the answer is tailor-made to the demand of the question by making use of the right kind of keywords which are relevant to the question, then there is no reason why the examiner doesn't give you good marks. So if the student is adequately informed, if his preparation is well, and if he can write the answers within the time for all those 15 questions with the right kind of keywords, then the probability of getting a very high marks is very high. In the sense, you don't need to worry at the end of the exam that I have written very good answers but I didn't get the good score. So that way it doesn't happen. So science and technology paper, if you have prepared well, written good answers with the right kind of keywords, then there are very fair chances of you getting very good marks. And similarly, economy paper. So Indian economy, Andhra Pradesh economy, if the students can integrate data in the form of small tables along with the answers, again economy paper is scoring. The reason is here again economy paper, because of the nature of the subject wherein we cannot write much which we know if we have not adequately prepared. In the sense, if the student has adequately prepared for the economy paper and if the right kind of answers are written, integrating the data in the form of small beautiful tables supporting your answers, then the chances of getting good marks in the economy paper are also very high. And if you see the experience of the students which have scored in the past, these are the two papers, science and technology paper, economy paper. If the student gives the right kind of time in the last leg of their preparation by trying to remember the keywords, trying to remember the data to be presented in the answers, for sure you can end up getting very good scores in these two papers, something around 90 to 120, you can go up to 120. And then when it comes to the general essay paper, there is a lot of diversity, in the sense, with my own experience of having written the mains exam of civil services thrice, very consistently I got good scores in the civil services mains exam in the general essay paper. So 2011 10, 11, 2015. So I took the civil services mains exam. In 2010 my score was 120, 11 it was 121. By then the general essay paper was for only 200. And by then this score of 120 and 121 is a good score. But in 2015 I got 122, but it is 122 not out of 100 but out of 250. But in that year many people got 140. But otherwise this is not very worse score. So 2010 and 11 I got good scores in the general essay paper. 2015 not very good score, it's okay. That is my performance in the UPSC exam. And I have spoken to many of my friends who had written the civil services mains exam, and also they have written the APPSC group 1 mains exam. Most of them, I remember at least 10 people who scored very good score in the civil services mains exam in the general essay paper, but they couldn't get the good score in the general essay paper in APPSC group 1 mains exam. So here it seems that there is a kind of gap, a disconnect, mismatch between what the student writes and what the faculty is expecting. Probably this time the correction of the answer sheets might be done by better people like the university professors. Earlier, I doubt that the correction of answer scripts were not done by qualified people, because the students who are preparing for the civil services examination, they will be very much updated, they will be more informed, and they will be writing the subject which is relatively more advanced. If such answers are corrected by lecturers from degree colleges or junior colleges who are not informed, who are not updated with the current developments, probably they may not better appreciate what is written. So probably that could be one reason. That could be one reason. So I am not very sure that each one of us, after having prepared very good for the essay paper, all of them will be ending with the very good score. No, there is no guarantee of that, unless the answer scripts are corrected by the right kind of people who are adequately qualified. I was told by many, when the answer scripts are evaluated by the APPSC, adequate time is not given for those evaluators, and even they are not paid adequately. And as a result, the quality of correction might have suffered in the past. But this time, it seems that there was some kind of an MOU or agreement with IIM Ahmedabad, probably keeping in mind the past bad experiences of APPSC. APPSC might be bit more careful in getting the answer scripts properly evaluated. So this time even in the general essay paper, if the right answers are written, probably the students might end up with good scores, but I cannot guarantee. So this will happen only if qualified people like the university professors correct the answer scripts, and if they are given adequate time and a decent pay for correcting the answer scripts. Probably we can hope that this will happen. And then after covering the general essay paper, science and technology and economy paper, let's move to geography. Indian geography, AP geography, we have 50 marks for this, and a geography again very scoring, because when you write answers for geography, you can incorporate the map of Andhra Pradesh, you can incorporate the map of India, and you can show whatever you are writing in the map, so that will fetch you better marks. So those who are better prepared to draw the maps of Andhra Pradesh, India, and trying to show in the maps what you are writing, then there are very fair chances of getting good marks in geography paper as well. But when it comes to history, Indian history and Andhra Pradesh history, again you need to be very careful. Here in this paper there are scores with wide varying ranges. Some people, they felt that they have written very well, but they ended up with not so good scores, and some who said that they have written average, they have got good scores. So here we can reduce this uncertainty by focusing on, please try to use keywords. If you are writing a question on art and culture with respect to particular department, with respect to that particular dynasty, relating to sculpture, relating to temple architecture, music, painting, if you can remember the names or the places, and if you can incorporate them in your answers, then probably you may get decent scores. But otherwise, history, Indian history and Andhra Pradesh history is one area where the scores will vary very wide. In the sense, we cannot say with all the certainty that I will get good score in a history paper unless you are very, very careful. So if you write very generic answers which are very general, then you may end up with below average scores. But if your preparation is too good, and if you can remember the keywords of each dynasty relating to all the dimensions of that particular dynasty, then probably you may end up with a decent scores. Then again, coming to polity, governance and ethics. Polity, governance and ethics. Again, this is one paper where I have seen that the scores cannot be predicted on the basis of what we write in the exam. We may feel that, for example, I teach Indian polity at several institutions in Hyderabad. Despite being into teaching profession for the last 8 years, when I have written the answers for this particular paper, the score has not reflected my strengths in this particular paper. So again, students have to be very careful in this polity paper, governance paper, governance and polity. Ethics probably, again, if the right kind of words are used with good examples from the current ongoing developments, probably people may score better in ethics paper. Right kind of keywords with the good examples, with the current examples may fetch you good marks. But when it comes to polity and governance, even with linking the current affairs to the answers which you write in the exam, my past experience says that there is no guarantee, there is no certainty that you will end up with very good scores very comfortably. There is no guarantee. So my final submission is, you need to balance out. If you feel that you are not, if for example I feel that I may not score so well in history paper, in polity, governance and in essay, I must focus very adequately on science and technology paper and economy paper, so that if I lag behind in essay paper or essay polity paper or a history paper, if I score very well in science and technology and economy paper, I will be able to balance out. And I will be able to balance out and end up with a decent score to get an interview call or to get an RDO post. So, as the scoring in all the 5 papers is not uniform, I would advise the students to give greater attention to few papers which are very, very scoring, like the science and technology paper, economy paper, and a geography section in paper 2. And similarly, other papers, make sure in the remaining papers which I feel that they are not very, very scoring, don't lag behind, at least try to be on par with the other students. And if you can get very good scores in science and technology paper and economy paper, and if you can keep on par with others in the remaining 3 papers, you will end up getting an interview call, or you will also end up getting an RDO post. So these are certain things which might be useful for you. Thank you.